Hi, how are you today? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about this device that will enable you to connect a synthesizer, a keyboard, or something that may have a USB connection to an older piece of gear that may have a more traditional MIDI connection. Now, what we have here is a device built by Kenton. Kenton is a company in the United Kingdom. You can see their website address there, www.kenton.co.uk. They've been around for a number of years, and this is actually the first Kenton product that I've ever owned. I've read reviews of their products in the past. I know a lot of friends who have Kenton products, and overall the comments I've heard about their devices have been very, very positive over the years. So basically, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I own a Casio CTK 6250, and on the back of that keyboard is a USB connection which enables you to connect to MIDI gear. So as I mentioned, if you want to connect, if you have a keyboard or synthesizer with such a connection and you want to interface with older gear that has traditional MIDI in or MIDI out connections, you need something like this. And I'm just going to give a brief overview of this little device. Now, I bought this a short time ago. I ordered it online from Kenton and they shipped it to me. In case you can't tell from the video, it's quite small. I'd say it's probably smaller than a matchbox. Yeah, it's quite small. It's maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 inches across and maybe 2 inches in this direction. But yeah, definitely a small device, but quite sturdy, made of metal, and quite durable. So basically, here's what we have. So we have the device, and we basically have a MIDI in and a MIDI out. And we also have a mode light, which I'll get into in a moment. And we have a port here for our USB connection. So basically, that USB connection on the back of my Casio, I would run the cable from the back of the Casio into here. And then if I wanted to interface the Casio with an older piece of MIDI equipment, I would run a MIDI cable from MIDI out into the synthesizer, the older MIDI synthesizer. And that's basically how it works. So once I have this adapter in place running between the two devices, I can have them interface. So the mode light will change color, and the various colors indicate different things. So as you can see on the top here, basically if it's green, that means that the signal is sent to the USB only. If it's amber, it's merged to out only. If it's red, it's to the USB and merged to out. And if it's flashing, it's basically waiting to connect. Now, I don't think I've ever seen amber or red, but most of the time when I use this thing, it's either green or flashing. Green basically means that there is a good connection, and if it's flashing, that typically means that you've lost your connection. So basically, there's the front as I showed you. Now, on the back, pretty simple. We basically just have our little port for power. And as you can see on the top there, it's a DC in only 5 volt. And that's basically it. On the bottom we have 4 little rubber feet. And again, very small, very light, very compact. And again, if you're the type of person, especially if you're a home musician, and especially if you're an electronic musician, and if you enjoy using newer electronic gear as well as vintage gear, this is basically the thing for you. And yeah, I've never had any issue with it. It works quite well. I will mention this thing really isn't cheap. I think with shipping and various other charges, I think I paid over $150 for this. And for such a tiny little piece of equipment, that does seem like quite a hefty price tag. But if you're someone who, does a lot of work with electronic musical gear, again, if you're someone who uses both newer equipment and older equipment, it's definitely worth the price, and it's definitely something that you could invest in and get many, many years of use out of. It would definitely be very useful, and something that many electronic musicians could definitely use for many, many years to come. So in that sense, I do think it's a very useful piece of equipment. And again, I've had it for a short time. It's worked well. It's done exactly what I want it to do. Typically what I use it for, again, I have my CTK 6250, and for example, if I program a sequence into that Casio and I want to run the sequence into my Behringer Model D or my Korg Poly 800 or even my Roland JV1010 sound module, I can very easily do that with this little adapter. So that's my simple little look at the Kenton MIDI USB Host Mark III. Again, I would highly recommend it. It's very straightforward. It does what it's supposed to do. I've never had any issues with it. It's durable, it's small, it doesn't take up much room, and overall I would say it's a very quality piece of equipment. And again, if you're someone who uses new equipment as well as older equipment and you want to interface the two, this is definitely the piece of equipment that you need. Thank you for watching. I hope you can join us again next time. Please feel free to leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and as always, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It always helps my channel grow and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.